So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Sony Michel, his first carry. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. That one goes for 36 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there, and he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And this is caught. It's Edelman. His first catch, good for 16 and a 1st. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field. All right, this is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out. And they will run it with Michel. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
2nd down, Prescott. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Cordero Wilson. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And that makes the score 7-0. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Winston, the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Dante Hightower on the stop.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Wins to throw on 2nd down. Caught right side is Jeffrey. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Wentz. He's got Curse. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. His first catch, good for 16 and a 1st.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now it's a Giant. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Everyone come forward. Four down. Forward, right. Forward, right. Check. Watch the four. Here.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Ram.
Now wins. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jason McCourty.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here we go. Sliding.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in position. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Michel. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 at a New England first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. All incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They run with Ajayi. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So after the run by Jay Ajayi, here's 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Devin McCourty brings him down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On play action, Wentz. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Come on now, come on now, let's go. 82-40. What's this up?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Prescott from the gun. This is intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
And that's the first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Wentz going to throw. Aguilar has it. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Wentz now to throw. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Foxborough after this. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. From the gun, it's Wentz. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Wins to throw again. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Jermaine Kearse, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Elliott good on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
82, 82.
On first down, Wentz. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Wentz now on first down. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here's a Johnny. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And the kick by Elliott is good. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separate. No, I'm not mad at you for skipping halftime, but can I just have a sip of water real quick? Please, thank you. All right, let's go. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty, because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Wentz now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. On play action, it's Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
This is Ajayi. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Wentz now on 1st down. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Wentz now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with a running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll try to get this offense going with Michel. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the two defensive tackles in a four-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michelle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Wide open, Julian Edelman. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Eagles have recovered. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. There's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. An Eagle first down there. Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, You'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Eagles on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And Elliott puts this one through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Prescott on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. This one left side, caught by Patterson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down, Prescott. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. That one goes for 24 yards.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. A first down throw for Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mike Bennett in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively, pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Prescott from the gun. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Second down, Prescott. And his throw is incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Because they have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing, Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gronkowski, the intended receiver. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
They run again with Ajayi. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
To throw is Wentz. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the Patriots coming out now. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. Cordell Patterson! Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a carry for White. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now Prescott. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with it?
And this is caught by Allen. Touchdown, New England. Dwayne Allen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Eagles. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Wentz to throw. It's caught by Aguilar. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. Wentz to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Derek Barnett in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. He's back to throw. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
46.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught. It's pulled in by And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Back to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
We got three, fellas. We got three. You got 46. 46.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Let's go. Great.
Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Eagles, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now in the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.